Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's James from the Research Revolution. I'm over here on All Mark Passio, the Great Works channel. And this is Erik Trump talking with Sean Hannity concerning what's going on right now. Let's take a listen.
My life. Erik, I have been brutalized by the mainstream media. I'm a commentator. I say I'm a conservative. I'm open. I'm supporting your dad for president. I'll proudly pull the lever for him. But NBC, CNBC, Univision, CNN, MSNBC fed questions to Hillary. You know, the New York Times, Boston Globe, Washington Post. They're colluding with the campaign. And they're going to criticize me, and I'm honest? Yeah. I mean, you've got corruption in the Republican establishment, the Democratic establishment, the media establishment. Your dad's up against a lot of establishment.
And by the way, this is corruption of the worst form, and this is corruption that cost this country trillions of dollars. This is corruption that's cost this country lives. This is corruption that compromises national security. I mean, this is real stuff. I mean, this is real stuff. This is actions. This isn't words, and people have to be held accountable. This is the commander-in-chief of the free world.
How do you hold them accountable but to elect your dad?
Right, well, you know, when you look at the interesting little complicated webs, right, where you have, you know, the sons and daughters of major, you know, the CEOs of these major news networks, and they're working at the Clinton Foundation. You have all these little intricate webs. It's difficult, and they sow these ties for this purpose. They do it for their own political gain.
And here's what's happened in the meantime, the stats I give out on the economy.
Sure.
Okay, 13 million more Americans on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty, the lowest labor participation rate since the 70s, 95 million Americans out of the labor force, worst recovery since the 40s, lowest home ownership rate in 51 years, 1 in 5 American families, not one person in that family working, and we've doubled the debt.
Sure. And they don't want to report that. I don't want to report that.
I say it every night.
How about the scariest thing? The fact that median incomes in this country haven't gone up in 15 years. Median incomes haven't gone up, and actually, Sean, they've gone down, because if you think about it, all of our expenses are higher, right? Our taxes are higher, our utilities are higher, healthcare, Obamacare is a disaster.
Obamacare is up $4,100 per family.
And think about that. So if you have median incomes, if people haven't gotten a raise in this nation in 15 years, and all of your expenses are higher, it's no wonder why people are working 2 and 3 jobs just to try and get back.
You know that there was a stat that came out the other day, 1 in 7 Americans don't have $1,000 in savings. They're 2 paychecks away from being one of the 13 million Americans on food stamps.
Yeah, and we have $20 trillion worth of national debt, which is going up exponentially. We've got $1.4 trillion in student debt. I mean, it's really incredible.
How does the country absorb all of this in 27 days?
No, listen, I think we've started an amazing movement. My father started an amazing movement. I mean, I've been in every single state. I just got back from Colorado yesterday. I had an amazing couple of days there. I was in Maine. I was in New Hampshire. I was in everywhere. There's a movement out there, Sean. People get it. People want
see the crowds.
People want this country. People want this country back. They're sick of corrupt politicians, and that's what we have in Washington D.C. You see these closed-door deals. Look at this Russian uranium deal, where Hillary approves 20% of the United States uranium going to Russia. I mean, this is the material used to make nuclear weapons. And then the Clinton Foundation gets $145 million for it. I mean, talk about compromising national security. It's scary stuff.
When you think of Hillary, say...
Now, this is truth. People are waking up to the deception, and the establishment is basically blaming what they do, exactly what they do, and they reverse it. We're living in an age where everything is literally flipped upside down. This has been James from the Research Revolution. I'm out of here.